Ever feel like you're facing a giant, a problem so big, so intimidating, it just paralyzes you with fear? It could be a looming deadline, a tough conversation, a personal struggle, or just the overwhelming pressure of life. We've all been there, standing in the valley, looking up at a mountain that seems impossible to climb. This is a story about that feeling. It's a story about a giant, a boy, and the incredible power of faith. Picture this: two armies are gathered, ready for battle. On one side, the Philistines. And stepping out from their ranks is a champion unlike any other. His name is Goliath. He's a giant of a man, over 9 feet tall. He's covered head to toe in heavy bronze armor, carrying a spear so massive its tip alone weighs more than most men's swords. He is the very picture of unbeatable power. And every morning and every evening, for 40 long days, his voice booms across the valley, mocking the army of Israel, daring anyone to fight him. But no one moves. The soldiers, the seasoned warriors, even the king himself, are all frozen in fear. They see the giant, they see the armor, they see the spear, and all they can feel is terror. The camp of Israel is a camp ruled by fear. Now, into this scene of dread walks a young boy named David. He's not a soldier, he's a shepherd. He's spent his days in the fields, protecting his father's sheep from lions and bears. He's the youngest of his brothers, the one who's usually overlooked, the one who's not even considered for the battle. He's only there to bring bread and cheese to his older brothers on the front lines. But when he arrives, he doesn't just see what everyone else sees. He hears the giant's taunts, and something inside him ignites. He sees the fear in the eyes of the soldiers, and he asks a simple but profound question: who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? While everyone else was focused on the size of the giant, David was focused on the size of his God. His perspective was completely different. His brothers scold him. The king doubts him. They all see a boy, too young, too small, too inexperienced. King Saul tries to help by offering his own royal armor, a heavy bronze helmet, and a coat of mail. David tries it on, but it's too big, too clumsy. He can barely move. He takes it off. He says, "I cannot go in these, because I am not used to them." He wasn't rejecting the king's help. He was choosing to rely on what he knew. He was choosing to rely on his faith. So, David walks toward the valley to face the giant, not with a sword or a shield, but with the tools he knew best. He picks up 5 smooth stones from the stream and places them in his shepherd's bag. In his hand, he holds his simple sling. Goliath looks at this approaching boy with contempt, laughing. "Am I a dog, that you come to me with sticks?" he roars, cursing David by his gods. He promises to feed David's flesh to the birds and the wild animals. The giant sees an easy victory. He sees an insult. But David sees something else entirely. David's reply rings out with a power far greater than Goliath's threats. "You come to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a javelin," he calls out, "but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand. That all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel." This wasn't the trash talk of a cocky kid. This was a declaration of faith. David's confidence wasn't in himself or in his sling. It was in God. He was framing the battle not as David versus Goliath, but as God versus Goliath. And in that matchup, there was only one possible winner. Then, it happens. David runs toward the giant. He reaches into his bag, takes out a stone, places it in his sling, and with one powerful, practiced swing, he lets it fly. The stone sails through the air and sinks deep into the giant's forehead. In an instant, the unbeatable champion, the 9-foot terror who had paralyzed an entire army for 40 days, stumbles and falls face down on the ground. One stone, one swing, one moment of courage fueled by unshakable faith. The giant was defeated. The battle was won. So what's the giant in your life today? What challenge looks so big that it fills you with fear and makes you feel small and powerless? The story of David and Goliath isn't just an ancient tale. It's a timeless truth. It teaches us that our perspective changes everything. Fear makes us focus on the size of our problems. Faith makes us focus on the size of our God. David didn't have the world's best weapons, but he had something far more powerful, a history with God. He remembered God delivering him from the lion and the bear, and he knew that same God would deliver him from this giant. Your 5 smooth stones might be your unique talents, your past experiences where you've seen God's faithfulness, or simply the courage to take that first small step. They may seem small and insignificant in the face of your giant, but in the hands of God, they are more than enough. Remember, faith is stronger than fear. What looks like an impossible obstacle to you is an opportunity for God to show His strength. Thanks for watching. If this story encouraged you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content that inspires faith. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one smooth stone you can use to face your giant this week? See you next time.